Hi, this video is for Monday, April 20th for Algebra 2. Today I'm going to be teaching you about systems of equations, and we're going to review substitution. So substitution is when you have an equation that is solved for like y equals 2x plus 3 or x equals 4y plus 7. And then you have a second equation that also has an x and y, but the point is that you take what the first equation said and you plug it into the second equation somewhere, substituting it in for either x or y. That's why it's called substitution. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to do it. We're going to start with example 1. Our goal is to solve for both x and y. So our equations are y equals 2x minus 4 and 2x minus 4y equals negative 2. Okay, do you notice how the top equation says y equals 2x minus 4? We're going to take 2x minus 4 and plug it in for y in the second equation. So it's going to look like this. Okay, so now we're going to use the distributive property here, and this is like distributing a negative 4, so it's going to look like this. Okay, so now we're going to combine our like terms, so we have negative 6x plus 16 equals negative 2. So we're going to subtract 16 from negative 2, and we have negative 18 equals negative 6x. So x equals 3. Okay, now that we have x equals 3, we need to find y. So do you see up here where it said y equals 2x minus 4? We're going to take our 3 now and plug it in for x right here. So it's going to say y equals 2 times 3 minus 4. So 6 minus 4. So y is 2. Okay, so the final answer, which I'm going to write up here, is going to be 3, 2. Alright, so that was a lot of algebra, but that's how you solve a system of equations using substitution. Okay, so I hope that all that made sense so far. Now we're going to try example 2. Okay. Alright, so example 2 says y equals negative 5x plus 2 and then negative 12x plus 6y equals negative 30. Okay, so again, we're going to take our negative 5x plus 2 and we're going to plug it in for y down here. So it's going to look like this. Okay, and now we're going to use the distributive property again. So it's going to say negative 12x minus 30x plus 12 equals negative 30. Alright, so we're going to have negative 42x plus 12 equals negative 30. Negative 42x equals negative 42. And when we divide, we're going to get that x equals 1. Okay, so now that x equals 1, we're going to take it and plug it in right here. So it's going to say negative 5 times 1 plus 2. That's what y equals. Okay, kind of ran out of space there. But we have negative 5 plus 2, which is negative 3. So y equals negative 3. And then our answer is going to be 1, negative 3. Okay. so that is example 2. Now, sometimes the equations won't already be solved for x or y. So sometimes you're going to have to solve it for y first, or x. We're going to solve it for y every time though. So we're going to solve it for y, and then we'll have to do substitution. So there's a little bit more work to example 3. So I might start writing a little bit smaller so that all of it will fit on there better. Okay, so example 3, we have negative 3x plus y equals 9, and x plus 2y equals 4. Okay, I told you we're going to solve for y, so if you look at the top equation, I could easily solve that for y by adding 3x to the other side. So we're going to do that. So this becomes y equals 3x plus 9, because I added it over to the other side. Okay, so now we're going to use our substitution. So we're going to have x plus 2 times 3x plus 9 equals 4. Okay, so x plus 6x plus 18 equals 4. So 7x plus 18 equals 4. We're going to subtract our 18. So now it says 7x equals negative 14. And if you divide by 7, we're going to have x equals negative 2. Okay, so now if you see over here where we wrote y equals 3x plus 9, we're going to take our negative 2 for x, plug it in right there. So it's going to say y equals 3 times negative 2 plus 9. So y equals negative 6 plus 9. So y equals 3. So our final answer is going to be negative 2 comma 3. Like that. Okay? Alright, hopefully that wasn't too bad. You just had to rearrange it a little bit before you could do substitution. So we're going to have a similar situation on example 4. And I don't know if you can hear the lawnmower in the background, but someone in this town seems to always be mowing. I don't know if that happens to you where you live, but it's a thing here. Alright, example 4 says 2x minus y equals 7, and 6x minus 2y equals 12. Okay, we're going to solve the top equation for y again. It's going to take a little bit more algebra, but we can get it accomplished. Okay, so if I subtract 2x from both sides, it's now going to say negative y equals negative 2x plus 7. But that's not positive y, that's negative y. So if I divided every single term by negative 1, we would get y equals 2x minus 7. And that's what I'm after. So now I'm going to plug this in, 2x minus 7 for y right here. Okay, I also have lots of people texting me. Don't really know why right now, but that's okay. Alright, so we're going to plug this in. Alright, so that's what we have so far. So we're going to have 6x minus 4x plus 14 equals 12. So we're going to have 2x plus 14 equals 12. When we subtract 14, we're going to have negative 2 equals 2x. So when you divide by 2, we're going to have x equals negative 1. Okay, so if x equals negative 1, we are now going to take that and plug it in right here to find y. So 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 minus 7. So y equals negative 9. Okay, so our answer is negative 1, negative 9. Ta-da, we did it. Alright, we've got one last example, and then you'll have a Google form to do on substitution. Okay, so if you've been having any trouble getting your Google Forms to submit correctly, please let me know. I know a few people have had that problem. So if that's you, please email me and let me know. And like always, if you have any questions, please email me and let me know. Okay, so example 5, we've got y equals x and 2x minus 4y equals negative 6. Okay, here, y equals x. So we're going to replace y with x. Alright, so we're going to have negative 2x equals negative 6. So x equals 3. And now if you take that and plug it in right here, y equals x. So if I plug in 3 for x, we're going to have y equals 3. So the answer to that one is 3, 3. Alright, so that is a review of how to solve systems of equations using substitution. So hopefully that seemed a little familiar. Like I said, you have a Google form to fill out on this. I'll post this video along with the notes to Google Classroom. And I hope that you are well, and I miss you. Bye.